Hi there guys, on this very quick video I'm going to show you how to set up auto mode. But before we get to that, I'm going to quickly explain exactly what auto mode will do for you. As you can see here, I'm on the free book of the day website at the moment. Now this is the place where we list all of the books, and this one right here, Teach Yourself Drums, that's the book that was released this week, so that's the most recent one. Now what auto mode does is every time we add a new book, we send out a message that says, hey, there's a new book over at Free Book of the Day. This new one's called Teach Yourself Drums. Click here and you can pop over there right now and download it. And there's a link. So we send out that message, and then the auto mode system picks that message up and it sends it to your preferred social media networks. So it can post that on your Facebook wall to your friends, or into your Twitter account, or wherever you like to use social media. So I'm going to show you how to set that up, but before I do, it's worth noting that this is just going to go out to your accounts, to your friends, and it will send people to a unique version of this website that is branded with your ID. So if you have a Facebook account that's just a few of your close friends and your family members, it's very unlikely that they're going to come along to here and download these products and download these free books and buy products out of them. So what I'd recommend you do is maybe set up a Facebook account that's just for business, just for promoting this system, and then use some strategies that you can get more friends into that account, because the more friends you've got on your account, the more people will see this. Same thing goes for Twitter. If you don't use Twitter, or if you just use it personally, then I recommend you set up a kind of business Twitter account and you research ways of getting lots and lots of followers. If you've got thousands of followers and they're seeing your tweet saying come and download this free book, there's a much greater chance that you're going to make money out of the system. So do bear in mind, it just goes out to your personal account, so your Twitter followers, your Facebook friends. So if you can get those numbers up, it's really going to improve the system. So let's have a look how it works. This is the tutorial page. This is where you're watching this video at the moment, and I'm going to go through all of these steps. Now, when we look at this huge list here of 14 steps, it might seem like this is a complicated and lengthy process. But believe me, I've included every tiny little thing you have to do there, so we'll get through it nice and quickly. So step number one, we want to click on this link right here to open up a new website. And this website is called IFT. Now IFT stands for if this, then that. And it's a company that automates things for you. It's completely free. And the basic idea here, they call them recipes, is something like, if we publish a new book, then tell your Facebook friends. Or if we publish a new book, then tell your Twitter followers. So that's kind of how this system works, and we need to create that. So we need to set up a new account. So click on join, and then you want to type in some details here. So choose a username, type in your email address, and this email address has to be a genuine one because you will need to click on a confirmation link, and choose a password. Once you've done that, click on create account. Now if we pop back to our list, we've done number one, we've created a free account. Number two, we need to click on create. So nice easy step at the top there, click on create, and we need to click on this where it says this in the blue writing there. So we're now down to step number three, and from the list of options we need to select feed, and it's going to have an icon which looks like that. So let's go back to IFT, we'll scroll down until we find the feed icon. So there it is, it's this one here. Now when you're doing this, there might be some more things in here as well, because they're always adding new options. So if I click on that, it's now asking me what I want to do. So let's just go and have a little check. It says click on new feed item, so that's number 4. So we're going to click on new feed item. Okay. Now we're on number 5, and number 5 says copy and paste the following address into the box provided. So I need to take this text here and pop it into this box right here. So if you're not familiar with copy and paste, you want to get your cursor at the end of this, scroll it all the way along so you're selecting the entire thing so it all goes blue, and then right click on it and say copy. Or you press, for me, I'm on a Mac, so for me it's Command and C. Guys on Windows, it's Control and C. So we've selected all that, and now we want to copy it into here. So we click the cursor in there, right click again and say paste. So that's put our blog feed in. Next up, click on create trigger. So we're on step number 6 already. Step number 7, click that. And you see these steps are really nice and easy. So we're clicking on that. Now, this is the important part. What we need to do here is select an option of where we want to promote. Now, for an example, we could promote at Twitter. So I'm going to show you how to do that first. Now, for us to do this, we must be logged into Twitter to authorize the connection. It doesn't get our Twitter password or anything like that. It just gets permission to post to our Twitter account. So I'm going to go down here until I find the Twitter icon. There it is. I'm going to click on that. And as you can see, it's saying, please activate the Twitter channel. So I'm going to click activate. Now this is going to come up. It's telling me something is wrong. Now the reason that's happened is because I'm not logged into Twitter. So I'm going to close that and I'm going to open up a fresh web page. I'm going to go to Twitter and I'm going to log into my account. There we go. So I'm now logged into my Twitter account. So now if I go back to IFT and it says please activate, continue to the next step. You must activate your Twitter channel before you continue. So I'm going to activate that now. And this time you'll see it says authorize IFT to use your Twitter account. It does say this application will not be able to see my password. All it's going to do is post things to Twitter for me. So I'll say authorize that. This takes a moment and then I click done. So what's happened now is I have connected IFT to my personal Twitter account, which is something that you must do because it needs to post to your account. When you do that, it's much easier if you are logged into Twitter. So I would recommend that you log into Twitter before you start this process. So we've done that. We said select an option, we chose Twitter, and then we said we need to be logged into Twitter to authorize the account, which we have done. So let's go back over here and say continue to the next step. We've now got to choose what we want to do. So if we look on our list, we're on step number 10 and it says choose post a tweet. So I'm going to click on post a tweet. Now we need to decide what's going to be in that tweet. So you can see here it says number 11, delete everything in the box. So we'll click here, we're going to delete all of this. So we'll click in the box and we're just going to delete everything that's in there. So it's all blank. The next option, the next step says number 12, copy and paste the following into the box provided. So I'm going to select all of this. It will look a tiny bit different on your computer because obviously it'll have your number at the end. My number is 29. And I'll right click and say copy and make sure it's all selected. And go back to IFT. I'll click in this box, right click and say paste. So I've pasted that inside. Now we click on create action and just do that. And then at the bottom we click on create recipe. So we scroll down and click create recipe. And there we go. Now as you can see now I've got one recipe in my personal section and it says if an RSS feed then post to Twitter. Now it tells you here that this checks every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes this is going to check to see whether or not we have sent out a message saying there's a new book. If we have, it will pick up that message and it will tweet it to your followers. But please bear in mind that we only send out a new book once a week. So if we've just sent out a new book just before you set this up, then this will appear to do nothing at all for a week. So don't panic, if you followed the steps, it is set up correctly, but it won't actually do anything at all until we send the next book. So as soon as we put a new book on Free Book of the Day, you'll see that this starts to do things. And it will tell you, it says we've got one personal recipe and it's turned on. And if I click on my recipes, well, that's the page we're on at the moment. But if we add some more, we can see that. So I'm just going to add a new one. So let's go through that tutorial again. And this time I'm going to do Facebook. So to start with, I'm actually going to log into Facebook. So it's much easier to do the authorization this time. So there, now I'm logged into Facebook. And I'm going to go over to IFT, just like before. I'm going to say step number 1, we're on IFT, we've created an account. We want to click on the feed icon again, just like before. So I'm going to say create, click on this, scroll down, click on feed, click on new feed item, just like we did before. And then this, again, just as we did previously, I'm going to select this text, say copy, I'm going to paste it in here, create trigger, say that. This time I'm going to choose Facebook, which is this icon just here. It's going to ask to activate the connection between IFT and Facebook, which gives it permission to paste on my wall. Now, because I was logged in this time, it happened immediately, rather than previously where we had that error. That was just because I wasn't logged into Twitter. Continue to the next step, and we've got to choose what it's going to do. So because this is Facebook, we can create a status message, create a link post, or upload a photo from a URL. So we're going to create just a status message. So that's just a text message that will appear on our Facebook page. And the status message will be this text right here. So we'll select all of that, click it and say copy, go back here, paste that in, and do create action. And we've just created another action, so we'll say create recipe, and there we go. Now you can see we've got two. We've got if there's an RSS feed, which basically this icon means if we have just released a new book. So if we have released a new book, then tell my Facebook friends. If we have released a new book, then tell my Twitter followers. Now you can continue doing this over and over again for all of the different social media recipes. So if I just very quickly pop into another one, once again I'll pop that feed in there. And see, it's really, really easy to do. Copy and new feed item, paste that in, create trigger, and on that, now you can see here these are all the options that you have. So far we've done Facebook and we've done Twitter. I don't really use many of these, but if you do use them, you might want to connect them. So LinkedIn, a lot of people use that, and you'll notice this might be a little bit different when you're looking at it because they are adding new ones all the time. There's always new social media accounts coming out. So if a new one comes out and it becomes very popular, then open an account on it, come in here and connect to it. So as you can see, there's lots of different places that you can advertise this. So we've done Facebook and Twitter, you can do LinkedIn. I think we've got Dig up here somewhere, there's Delicious. Dropbox wouldn't really be appropriate, but there's quite a few places where you can have this system automatically promoting your books for you. Now, as I did say at the beginning of this video, what that'll do is take, when we add a new book here, it's just going to send out a message to whichever network you've connected it to saying, if you want to download this new book that we've just got, in this case Teach Yourself Drums, click on this link. The person will click it, they'll pop over to this website, and from here they'll be able to download the book, and of course it will be branded with your links. And as I've already said, that's only going to your personal Facebook friends or your personal Twitter followers. So in order for this system to be effective, what I'd recommend you do is you allow those things to build up. So find ways of getting more friends, find ways of getting more followers. And if you want to use separate accounts for that, then by all means do so. So that system, once that's activated, that will run in the background for you. So you never really have to think about it or touch it or anything like that. And that's going to continue to let people know there's a new book every time we release one. I strongly recommend that as well as that, you also promote the books yourself and get to a position where this is providing you with a decent income as quickly as possible, and just let this be your safety net. So if you can't promote for whatever reason, this is always going to be doing that in the background for you, and it's going to enable some people to trickle into this website, and it will be continuous. So it's a way of knowing that there's always something there, but I would recommend that you do some more on top of that. So that's all. If you have any questions, then drop me an email and let me know. Take care. Bye bye.